Welcome and greetings. We are extremely pleased to be here with you today, this day of your time. Today's transmission is regarding what is the Ascension. Dearest ones, we love you so much. Allow us to explain the process of ascension in your third density realm. We can sum it up in 3 words. Learning to love. That is it, dearest ones, in its simplest form. There are 2 levels of ascension. There is the galactic ascension and there is the individual physical life ascension. We shall begin with the galactic mass ascension. Let us now explain the galactic timing of what is occurring because, as with everything, there is more than one right answer. Because everything is one. The universe operates in cycles. Throughout all of the dimensions and densities, everything is a cycle. Humanity upon Gaia is ending a cycle. The cycle shall be slowing down and ending over the next 700 years, but is primarily ending over the next approximate 100 years of your time. What does this mean? Nothing other than one season or cycle of humanity is ending and another season or cycle of humanity is beginning. Does this mean humanity is becoming extinct? No, dearest ones. But it does mean humanity is evolving. During the current cycle or season, that has been approximately 25,000 years of your time, the current version of humanity has been learning and experiencing and playing with the frequencies. Each cycle or season, humanity explores new ways of interacting with the frequencies. The consciousnesses that chose to take a human form return over and over during the cycle or season and play out all different roles and experiences and lessons and games. Once the cycle or season comes to its changeover time, the human experiences become significantly more intense as the consciousnesses want to play out everything that they possibly can before the cycle ends. And this is where humanity is now, nearing the end of one cycle and starting a new cycle. So your question then is, what happens at the end of one cycle? Almost every consciousness decides to not return to humanity in the current form, as they have played out almost everything possible, and instead to raise their frequency to experience the next level of frequencies in the higher density and begin to play out games in that phase. And most consciousnesses that were in a lower density decide to raise their frequencies to then be able to embody a physical form as a human and then become a human for the next cycle or season. It is almost comparable to your school systems where entire grades of children are upgraded to a new level so they can learn and experience more after they have learned and experienced everything they needed to in their current grade. The only difference is that there is nothing a human needs to learn or do in order to move to the next cycle. A common misconception is that a human, while in physical form, can fail a grade or an ascension cycle. And that, dearest ones, is not true. You cannot fail. While in physical form, your consciousness that has fused with a physical form can choose to make the experience of your current life and the death experience much more fun and easier if they choose to live in a state of joy and love and gratitude each single day. But that choice does not cause a human to fail ascension if they choose to be unhappy. What does this mean for you as an individual consciousness in a physical body? This means it is probably your last lifetime incarnating in your current form prior to ascending to the next cycle in a higher frequency. There are some individual consciousnesses who, with the guidance of their higher selves, the elders, the councils, and their guides, might all decide together for that consciousness to experience a few more lifetimes prior to fully being ready to ascend to the next density. But that decision is made in the non-physical realm and is outside of your physical consciousness. Humans have a tendency to forget their current physical lives are the dream and not real. And all decisions are made in the non-physical realm with their higher selves, their guides, their elders, and their councils. Again, if we were you, we would choose to live each day of our lives with the goal of finding the love and joy in everything and everyone. Because, dearest ones, we love you so much. Love is truly the key. It is the key to unlocking your realm. Love is the key. Love is the ultimate key. Your third density realm can be easily navigated if you choose to focus upon unconditional love. That is it. No steps, no processes, only unconditional love. Are you judging something as bad or wrong? Then that is something you can work on for yourself by looking inward to change that aspect within yourself. You do not need to see something as good when you see it as bad, but you could choose to see how it can offer goodness. There is always a glimmer of light in everything that is dark. We encourage you to always look for the light instead of focusing upon the dark. This will cause your life to be much easier if you focus upon light and love. So what happens to the starseeds when they are done with their physical bodies in your physical realm? Their consciousnesses shall return to where it was originally and will remove itself from the mass consciousness of the human consciousness. Another question asked to us is, why were starseeds even here if it is not possible to fail ascension? Because humanity stopped wanting to experience and play with the frequencies. Humanity just stopped exploring and having fun. Humanity stopped evolving. This does not mean that humanity would have failed ascension, but it would have meant that most of the consciousnesses that would have upgraded to a higher density would have chosen to remain in their current density, thereby causing a backlog, so to speak, in the ascension of the densities. Again, there is nothing that a human can physically do with their physical choices that will force their ascension. The only way a human consciousness can evolve and play is through wanting to experience fun and joy and love. In order to keep the flow of all density upgrading in an easy way, it was preferred to assist humanity by bringing more love and more light and more fun and more excitement into its vibration through the incarnation of the starseed consciousness. This has been done, and all is back on track, dearest ones. Once more, so we may be clear, the decision of ascension is made from one's higher self, the guides, the councils, and the elders, and is not a decision for a singular consciousness when in a human form. What about those individuals who do things operating from a lower and darker frequency? Dearest ones, higher frequencies still contain the separation of light and dark. Light and dark remain separated until much higher in densities, where they then return to oneness. Until that singular point, the light and dark are separated in all densities, thereby experienced by those who choose service to self and those who choose service to others. So, dearest ones, this means those individual consciousnesses who choose to do things from a service to self experience of lower dark frequencies will also be ascending, provided the choice has been made from their higher self, the councils, the guides, and the elders, but will be choosing to experience the same frequencies while in a higher density. Ascension is about upgrading to a new level of experiences using higher frequencies. You cannot stop this process, but you can choose to make the transition easier and much more fun. This is what we are encouraging you to do, dearest ones. We want you to have fun. We want you to experience the most out of this life in your physical form. We are not saying the light is better than the dark, but we are saying the light will give you more experiences than the dark. This is because the dark is limited, whereas the light is unlimited. This is because light expands, whereas dark contracts. We encourage you, dearest ones, to only do what brings you joy. Seek the joyful experiences, regardless of what they are. If you feel yourself light up and feel your heart sing, then that is the most divine and most perfect choice for you in that moment. So take that choice and claim it as your own. Claim it as your own. Follow your joy. Let us be clear. Doing what brings you joy is not the same thing as doing what you think is right, or doing what you think you should be doing, or doing what you are told to do. Following your heart is the key. Feel your heart sing. Feel your face light up. Feel your inner child squeal in excitement and joy.